If there's one thing we learned about our education system from the pandemic, it's that there's no longer a one-size-fits-all when it comes to learning. Although remote learning wasn't for everyone, for some it was just the right fit. Now, one Maine school district introduced a program for those students who preferred learning at home, and with some help, they're expanding. News Center Maine's Carly Dion has more.
I personally had a rough start to the year, socially, just with people in general. I was having really bad anxiety about coming in.
Brewer High School senior Savannah Brooks says when the school year started last fall, she would leave school crying almost every day. She says school has always been difficult for her as someone who's often been picked on.
I always kind of thought it was something, I'll just deal with it and I'll graduate and I'll be done. But then the pandemic hit and I got introduced to remote learning and I loved it, honestly.
Savannah says when she found out she could continue remote learning this year, she was thrilled. Organizers call it the new program, and it's offered to students grades 7 through 12. Chris Morrow is one of the specialists with the program. He says about 20 students elected to be part of it this year, allowing them to learn the coursework themselves online.
I, as the instructor, put some timelines on their work, but they can self-pace and they can access their education where they're at, when they're at it.
Morrow says he had weekly check-ins with each student, most of them electing to take a combination of in-person and remote classes, like Savannah, who says it was a compromise with her parents to get them on board with her decision.
I'm happy I chose to stay in those classes. I think if I didn't, I would have regretted it.
Savannah recommends any student interested in the program join at least one extracurricular team or club to stay socially involved. Brewer's Director of Instruction and Technology, Renita Ward-Downer, says they're also working on more ways to keep remote students socially engaged, and she's excited to now be able to expand the program through grant money next year.
Because I think it's the way of the future. I really think that students are going to want a more customized kind of pathway to their learning.
A more customized pathway to learning for students to reach the same road to success in whatever they choose to pursue. In Brewer, Carly Dion, News Center, Maine.
Ward-Downer says they plan on using the grant money to hire another teacher for the program and expand it to the entire middle school.